For more reaction to the Palestinian ICC bid, I'm joined now by Fadi Elsalameen. He's the senior fellow at the American Security Project and chairman of a campaign to elect a president of the Palestinian Authority. Welcome, Fadi. Thank you so much for joining us. So you just heard Roy Rettenberg's report. I mean, this seems to be obviously a done deal. This also could backfire for the Palestinians because Hamas and Fatah could also be prosecuted as well.
You're right. There could be. The Israelis could try to use the ICC to fight back. But let's step back for a second. The person who actually gets the full credit for this ICC move is Prime Minister Netanyahu. First, he has a failed Palestinian-Israeli peace process. Most people blame him for that. An American effort that did not bear any fruits, mainly because of the results of Prime Minister Netanyahu's actions. Two, there is a strained Israeli-European Union relationship, Israeli-Latin America, Israeli-African relations. These are strained relationships. Prime Minister Netanyahu gets a credit for that as well. And now he failed to crush Hamas. Now he's failing to obviously protect Israeli soldiers and Israeli individuals who will be prosecuted in the ICC. So this is a clear message. If you fail to make a move on the peace process, if you turn your back to the rest of the international community, there are consequences. And this is the first of what will come.
Okay, well now Israel obviously believes that, you know, the Palestinians started this whole latest uproar over the summer in Gaza, obviously this past summer. So they have a response as well. The U.S. obviously is against this. Tell us about the U.S.'s position.
The U.S. position has been clear. The U.S. is working towards a peace process between the Palestinians and the Israelis. They do not want any complications. They do not want any steps that could complicate, obviously, a Palestinian-Israeli peace process. But in the absence of any moves, in the absence of, an Israeli willingness, which has been very clear, what can the U.S. do other than try to block the move? But I think, unfortunately, the European Union has been very clear in supporting the Palestinian move, and it looks like they will be accepted to the ICC.
How far-reaching could this be? I mean, how far will it go back? How far retroactive could it be?
I believe, I'm not an expert, but from what I know is that you have to have a specific date, a geographic location and a date in order to apply for war crimes. So the first case that the Palestinians will file will be the Gaza war that happened in 2014, June 14, 2014. This will be the first case that will be filed. So obviously that the Prime Minister was Netanyahu, the Defense Minister is Yalon, so and everybody under them, that their specific cases will be filed against them.
What is the timing of this, and why is this just now happening? Is it because the status was actually upgraded by the UN recently?
It's exactly that, but it's more than that. It really is a last resort that the Palestinian Authority basically waited for. They have no more cards. They have no more leverage over the Israeli Prime Minister. And so this was the last move. They were pushed into a corner. There's nothing they could do. They're not getting anywhere with peace negotiations. They've been talking the talk, but Prime Minister Netanyahu refuses to walk the walk. And basically, the Palestinian president, he is in a bad political situation himself. His term has expired. He has no, he's not elected by popular vote right now. He's ruling by decree. He has to deliver. He has to show that he is doing something as a Palestinian president for his people. So this is a last resort move that was done by the Palestinians. They had no other choice.
So the timing of this, really quickly, Fadi, should it be within the next 60 days?
I believe you need 3 months in order for the case to be, for the Palestinians to be accepted, and then probably sometime around April when the case will be taken into court.
Fadi Elsalameen, thank you so much for your time and your insight. We really appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll have you back on the broadcast for more analysis as this process moves along.
Thank you for having me.